Oded, thank you so much for joining FF News' coverage of the Paris Fintech Forum Leader Summit. How are you?
Thank you for having me. This is a perfect weather in Paris,
Right.
Nowhere better to be in.
There's literally nowhere in the world I'd rather be, especially here at the Paris Fintech Forum. And speaking of, what have you enjoyed about it this year?
Well, it's not my first time at the Paris Fintech Forum. Really didn't enjoy when it became virtual. Now when it's back physical, seeing all these high-profile people, all these fintech leaders is priceless.
I mean, it really is a leaders summit. The guest list here is incredible. Are you speaking at any of the conferences, or are you more in and amongst it, learning and finding out more about industry trends?
Well, I usually come to conferences when I speak, and I spoke earlier about the global B2B payments landscape, and I'm looking forward to have so many meaningful conversations with so many other people.
Absolutely amazing. Now, could you tell our audience a bit more about yourselves and Mesh Payments, please?
So I'm a payment geek, and that's why I founded Mesh Payments more than 4 years ago. We are helping global companies to orchestrate their corporate spend. We improve the finance team productivity and giving them better visibility and control when it comes to corporate spend, especially as an alternative to the tedious, outdated corporate card programs they've been still using, most of them. So it's an exciting time. The opportunity is still huge, and the fact that we are servicing more and more big companies is really makes us proud.
Amazing. Now, what is the future of the CFO?
Well, the future of the CFO is really about making sure that he has the time to think about his strategy while all his operation is becoming automated and accurate. And that's the space we are in. We are helping to take something which is relatively, which most companies will feel that is out of control, which is corporate spend and corporate cards and all of that, and make it a fully automated process with zero problems, with zero mistakes, and this really leaves the finance or the CFO time to think about his strategy and the future and the revenue, and not waste his time on things that can be automated easily.
It's absolutely brilliant. Leave the robots to do the manual tasks, and actually the CFO to actually create value for the organization.
Totally, and of course the fact that we have so much data that we are collecting through this process also enable us more and more to provide him meaningful insights that are not just, see that you can save some money here, and also impact the total P&L of the company, and insights that can really are actionable and not just things that he might think about.
Yeah. Now, with that in mind, a lot of corporates, a lot of businesses of most sizes are going to really benefit from the increased data behind ISO 20022. What's that going to mean for Mesh?
Well, in my mind, and we are playing in a very specific area, which is global corporates, which have global presence around the world, there is so little standards that really impact on a global level, regardless of which standard you will mention. And that's why technology like ours comes. We just announced that we are expanding beyond the US to Europe and Asia, and where we'll add more and more territories. And we're trying to provide a unified experience across the entire corporate entities, and that's a huge effort, regardless and also follow the latest standards, and this is one of them.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, I know there's something that CFOs like is following regulations, and especially international standards that are going to help them out. So with that all tied together, what's next for Mesh Payments?
So we are playing in an area where it's so early days. People hear about spend management a lot, but in practice, still 98% of the big companies are using outdated technology, bank issued corporate cards, which have very little visibility and very little integration into the operational system. So we still have a huge opportunity ahead of us. We are adding more and more capabilities, as we believe the winner or the winners in that space will provide value that is above and beyond the payment itself. And we build a lot of software that takes the payment and make it frictionless while automate and synchronize all the data of the organization. And hopefully we'll speak again in 2 to 5 years, I think the space is going to change dramatically. We'll see less and less companies that are willing to work with these outdated systems. but it takes time and it takes a lot of information that we need to share about successes we are making, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here.
Amazing. Well, I hope we can help with that. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.